name is Ross Casey. I'm here with the horse racing extraordinaire, that is Jake Johns. We're here to talk about this weekend's Dubai World Cup Day at Meydan. Jake's going to go through all of the turf races on Saturday.
Yes.
Looking forward to this. But before we go into that, let's just look back last week at the Cheltenham Festival. We geared up for it hugely with weeks and weeks of previews. And Jake came up trumps. We want to see exactly what he tipped and what came in for him. We've got a video up which came out earlier this week with all of his winners, including a 50-1 winner in the Supreme, the very first race of the Cheltenham Festival. It was a great start for us, and he maintained that throughout the whole festival. Jake did really well, so if you want to see all of the tips that he got correct, then head to that video there. But without any further ado, let's get stuck into the Dubai World Cup Day at Meydan.
Let's do it. Dubai World Cup Day. Oh, Cheltenham was unreal, literally. Unreal. The Labaik thing, I went mental, didn't I? I went absolutely mental. There's a video on Twitter somewhere going around. It was crazy.
Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Oh god, is Labaik going to start? He looks a bit angry. Oh god, he does not like it want to run at all. He really doesn't. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Just start the race. Start the race. Come on. Start the race. Go on. Go on. Go on. He started. He's fucking started! That's a victory in itself! Go on the boy! Go on the boy! And Labaik has started, and he's going right at the back of the field at the moment. Beyond conceit, going nicely in second place. It's all going to play. Baliandi just stumbled, might have hampered Labaik a little bit. 4 to jump. Baliandi's being pushed along a little bit. Beyond conceit still going well in second. Open rate. Bunkoff early bit given absolute peach of a ride at the moment. Melon tanking as well. Completely open, wide open. Go on, the big boy! Go on, the big boy! Go on, son!
Obviously, a couple of other good winners as well. But yeah, first big flat meeting I'll be tipping. This is very, very early on in the season, before the season actually starts, really. But there's obviously some unreal, on paper, some fantastic group races on Dubai World Cup Day. I'm going to leave the actual Dubai Gold Cup away alone, just because Arrogate is almost definitely going to win, and he's a really short price. But it's a ridiculously big race, so it's worth watching if you're into dirt racing. But I'm not gonna pretend that I know loads about that kind of dirt racing stuff. So I'm just going to leave all those races alone. Don't know anything about it. Don't know the horses. No, not going to just guess. First race that I'm doing is the Dubai Gold Cup on at 12.50. Got tons and tons of top staying horses in this that have all beaten each other at some point at different courses. Some are better at other courses. They're all about the same level, so it's really, really hard to differentiate between who's going to beat who. Vazirabad is the 9-4 favourite here. French Raider, little bit short for me. Doesn't look as good as I thought he was going to be. And Big Orange, horses on the front end tend to do quite well, and he's going to be pretty prominent. But he hasn't been very good recently. Kind of a couple of lacklustre performances, especially in the Melbourne Cup. I fancied him for that, and he really disappointed. But yeah, I'm actually going to take a risk with an unexposed one here that I really, really like. One of my horses to follow for 2017, Wall of Fire, trained by Hugo Palmer, ridden by William Buick on the day. This is one of my horses to follow, like I said. His 2 victories last season, at the end of the season, were absolutely stunning. It came from a mile back. Looked like he had no chance in both starts. Dead and buried, stayed on, nicked the win right on the line both times. Looks like he's going to stay on for this. Looks like he's going to stay for this trip. He's an outside bet for me for the Ascot Gold Cup. You can get him at 33-1 at the moment. He runs like this. Step of the trip's going to suit. He's a lively outside at the 20-1. That's for sure. So that's what I like in that one. There's a ton of chances in that though. Very, very. Next race is the Alcoz Sprint. Well, not the next race, but the next race I'll be covering is Alcoz Sprint at 2 o'clock. Tijau has been kept fit over the autumn with 2 really, really impressive victories at the track. They were over 5 furlongs, but with the way he's been running, it would not surprise me if he was as good over 6. He has won over 6 as well at this course. He's a very, very, very good horse. But Is he as good as Limato? I think Limato should be favourite, to be honest. This is, I would say, the 6 furlongs is probably his ideal trip. 6 or 7 furlongs is definitely his ideal trip. 5 to 2 is a really, really nice price. Based on what he did last season. He was second in a ridiculously fast Nunthorpe. That was over 5 furlongs, probably slightly too short. 6 is much, much more suited to him on fast ground. He then won the Prix de la Forêt at Chantilly on Arc Day, over 7 furlongs. Very, very impressive again. A mile has always stretched him, in my opinion. So you can I'll give him a pass on his run last time at Santa Anita over 8 furlongs. Yeah, and he comes here after a break, which could be seen as a negative for some horses, but his record when fresh reads first, fourth, first. The fourth, I think, the fourth was on soft ground, which he would have hated, over a mile, which he also isn't. I mean, he does get a mile, but it isn't his best trip, I don't think. So it could even be a positive that he's come back here after a break. I think it's a really, really good price, 5 to 2. So Limato, probably my tip of the meeting in the 2 o'clock Alcor Sprint. Next up is the Dubai Turf, another very, very competitive Group 1 on the card. Zarak is the favourite after winning at this track last month in a pretty impressive style as well. But in my opinion, Ribchester probably should be favourite. Probably should be shorter than 3 to 1 especially. But the one I like is Mutakayev. I've been banging on about him all of last season. The gelding operation has just done wonders for him. He's a totally different animal. He used to be very, very hard to train. Looked a tough ride, and now he just looks much, much more settled. I'm actually in the minority that thinks he was actually pretty unlucky in the Juddmonte International behind postponed. He got hampered quite badly that day. I think he would have gone a lot closer than some people think. He then ran a cracker behind Tepin, won the mare Tepin, who obviously won at Royal Ascot, at Woodbine. And I think this extra furlong will definitely suit. This is 9 furlongs. Good grounds obviously in his favour. He won first time out last season when after he got gelded. So hopefully William Haggis will get him primed for this. He's very, very good at priming a horse for a race. And 5 to 1 is a nice price as well, and it's shortening all the time. It wouldn't surprise me if he went off a little bit shorter than 5 to 1. Another one that I like in that race, a huge price, is Vivlos, Japanese Raider. Just really overpriced, I think, to be honest. She receives weight because she's a filly. She improved with each start last season. She's pretty unexposed. She improved with every start last season and then won a Group 1 at the end of the year. She showed a really, really eye-catching wicked turn of foot that day, coming from the back of the pack to win quite comfortably, given a peach of a ride as well. Wasn't given the best of rides last time on her first run this season, but was very, very eye-catching, coming wide off of the bend, staying on into 5th. And she was 3 places ahead of Real Steel, another Japanese horse, who won this race last year, who's been withdrawn. Real Steel was about 8 to 1 before he got withdrawn, so I think 33 to 1 is a really nice price each way. So that's Mutakayev and Vivlos each way. Now, the final race I'll be doing is the Shima Classic, the smallest field ever, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's the smallest field ever with 6. Another thing about Vivlos as well, sorry, it's ridden by Joel Moreira, who had just recently ridden 8 winners on one card in Hong Kong. Fantastic rider, probably one of the best riders in the world. Him and Ryan Moore, equal. They're both brilliant. But anyway, Shima Classic, next race. Very small field, but it's got some serious quality in there. Highland Reel is obviously a massive danger with Brian Moore on board. If he gets to dictate the pace, then it is close. It's going to be hard to get ahead of him. He's seriously good from the front. But if he gets hassled, it might be a bit difficult. Postponed act as the rightful 15 to 8 favourite. At his best, he's very, very obvious choice. It'd be much shorter. If he hadn't run pretty badly on his last 2 starts, really. Pretty underwhelming. Not terribly, but underwhelming considering a lot of people were hyping him as the next big thing. It's just one of the best turf horses in training. Been slightly underwhelming. The one I like is 7th Heaven, the second string, A.P. O'Brien. Can be counted as really, really unlucky at Ascot. Got given an uncharacteristic, pretty bad ride from Ryan Moore. Met a lot of trouble in running. And then next time at Santa Anita, went to 10 furlongs. I liked her that day as well. But it looked like 10 furlongs was a little too sharp for her. She got outpaced coming around the bend. She found herself behind a wall of horses once again, had to pull out, and then once she came out, she stayed on really nicely right at the death. But it looked like this step-in trip will definitely suit. We know it 100% suits because she's won over Group 1s in and stuff in the past over this trip. The maiden track should be perfect, galloping, really, really nice for her. She receives weight, obviously, because she's a filly, and it's a perfect trip. So 7-1 is a really nice price. I'm going to go with her to win at 7-1 for the Shima Classic. So just going through them again. Wall of Fire each way at 20-1 at the Dubai Gold Cup. Limato in the Alcos Sprint 5-2. Dubai Turf, Mutakayev at 5-1, and Vivlos each way at 33-1, and the Shima Classic 7th Heaven at 7-1.
Fantastic stuff there for the weekend racing at Meydan from our man Jake Johns. And don't forget to like this video, comment on this video, subscribe to our channel for all of our weekly tips. This week we'll also have a football video coming up with the World Cup qualifier that are coming up this weekend, which Jake, I know, is extremely excited about.
Not excited about it. Really not excited about it at all.
So don't forget to tune in for that. And last but not least, do head to our mobile app page on site or desktop or mobile even, and you can download the latest Easy Odds app, whether it's the native app where you can get all the latest tips from our man Jake Johns, myself with the football, Stuart with his golf, Owen with his darts and his NFL and all the rest of it.
Basketball.
There's so much stuff on that app, and that we also have just released the Grand National app, which is up for installation now, which features the best odds for all of the current horses that have been named in the decks for that race, and of course it will feature tips from Jake Johns. Not just yet, but it will do.
Probably next week I'll put my first tips up for the Grand National.
So we do recommend that you download the Grand National app, especially as companies such as Bet365 have gone non-runner, no bet. So if you fancy an anti-post bet, then make sure that you use them. So thanks very much for watching. I've been Ross Casey. This is Jake Johns, and we are easyodds.com.
Bye. Bye.